To be steadfast in the abstention of thoughts of harm directed towards yourself and others. When you are that, all living creatures, the birds, there are people who, when they enter a room, babies stop crying and just are smile just by being in the presence of people because of the energy that they convey. This is something that all of us have the capacity to do, to be steadfast. And one of the things that hit me probably stronger than anything else, because for a long time I've been attempting to manifest some things in my own life. And in the process of attempting to do this, I've had some judgments and some pain towards other people in my life. People that I feel in the past have perhaps treated me in ways that I don't think that they should have. People who have abandoned me. People who have walked away from me, including my own parents. People who have borrowed money and not paid it back. People who have asked me to do things and then didn't show up the way they said they would. You know, the stuff of life. And here I am attempting to manifest, and I realized that there was something missing. And that something that was missing became clear to me on about my third reading of the I Am Discourses on page 318. And this is what it said. And when I read it, it really hit me right between the eyes, what I was doing wrong. I wasn't being steadfast in my abstention of thoughts of harm. Directed towards myself, I was, but towards others, mm-mm. The student should constantly look within his human self and see what habits or creations are there that need to be plucked out and disposed of. For only by refusing to any longer allow habits of judging, condemning, and criticizing to exist can he be free. The true activity of the student is only to perfect his own world, and he cannot do it as long as he sees imperfection in the world of another of God's children. So, if you want to get this message, the message of this trip, I think, the message of this journey that we're on, if you want to get that, you've got to look within your own heart towards everyone that you've ever had any kind of a relationship with, no matter how much you may feel they have wronged you in any way, and remove thoughts of judgment, criticism, and condemnation. And when you do, and you substitute there just love, this isn't so much about forgiveness, which is what I had to do with my own father. It's much more about wanting the love and peace that you want for yourself more for those who may have wronged you than you want it for yourself. It's about being able to be that great at it. That's Christ consciousness. That's Buddha consciousness. That's Siddhi consciousness. That's higher awareness. That's how you heal your energy body, if you want to know how. You don't come up with justifications for why you should have hatred in your heart for anyone or anything at all. Instead, you ask yourself, do I see imperfection in the world of any of God's children? And if I do, then I eradicate it from my life. And I practice a kind of love that will come back to me.